The matchup, Tank Abbott against Sam Adkins. Adkins, a guy who doesn't run from trouble, and Tank Abbott, who's been out of action since the Ultimate, and you got to believe there's some built-up fury there. Abbott, I think, is the most honest of all the fighters in terms of his discipline. Street fighting. It's that simple. 31 years of age for both guys. Adkins a bit taller. Tank is 298, so he is up in weight. Abbott is from Huntington, California, and Adkins from Houston, Texas, born in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Here comes Adkins. He has been in the UFC before. He's 2-1. He's won a couple of alternate bouts, but he lost to Fry in the main draw. He is a boxer, 54-12 as an amateur. In wrestling, 83-1 with 82 pins, but he comes to fight. He's managed by himself, trained by Tony Robles. He teaches boxercise and self-defense at the Houstonian Health and Country Club.
Well, he has a boxing background, so look for his punches. His big right hand sets it up with a quick left. He's not very good on the ground. We have seen that in his performances, so he is vulnerable there. Has a bit of a wrestling background, but I don't think that's going to help him too much. He wants to keep it on the feet and try to make it a boxing match with Abbott.
So Adkins relishes the role about being an underdog tonight.
I'm here to prove myself. I've been fighting since I was 14 years old. People underestimated me then, they underestimate me now. I'm going to surprise them. I'm taking back the title.
Sam Adkins, his nickname, The Experience. He is in for an experience tonight because waiting for 9 months is David Tank Abbott. And David Abbott wants to make a name for himself. We talked about the evening being the proving ground. Tank's got something to prove, and he knows it. Here comes the Tank. And listen to the ovation from the crowd here in Augusta. D.L. Abbott, L for lawless. 3-2 in the UFC. UFC 6 runner-up, ultimate semifinalist. The UFC's first ever bona fide bad guy.
Tank has listed himself this time as a street fighter. I think that's a more honest depiction of his background. He says he's done some boxing and wrestling, but nothing documented. He's a seasoned street fighter. He's a headhunter. He has questionable stamina.
How does Tank feel about his fight versus Adkins? Let's listen in.
I expect there to be a fight. That's all I know, and that's all I plan for.
Abbott has been all business in preparation for this bout. Right now for the introduction of the fighters, let's go up to Rich G-Man Goins.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout of the evening. First of all, please welcome, fighting out of Houston, Texas, a national Golden Gloves silver medalist with a professional record of 6-7, 5 by KO. 31 years old, 6'3", and 260 pounds. Please welcome the Experience, Sam Adkins. And his opponent, the street fighter from Huntington Beach, California. Two-time UFC veteran with a record of 3-2 in the octagon. 31 years old, 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. You know him, you love him, the bad boy, Tank Abbott.
Tank is a renegade. He embraces that role. Adkins against Abbott. Not too many other similarities besides the fact that both of their last names begin with A.
And I think their styles are very similar to one another. I give the grappling edge to Tank Abbott.
Atkins cuts easily. That's something he's got to be very careful of. Tank with a takedown.
This is not where Adkins wants to be underneath Tank Abbott.
Not at all.
He couldn't ask for a worse turn of events here.
Well, if he can keep Abbott's head pinned down, Abbott doesn't have the room to really throw strikes, and I don't know if his repertoire includes knees and elbows.
Tank landing a plethora of left hands. And you can see Atkins up against the octagon with his feet.
Tank's punches are powerful, but they're looping. They're not straight right hands or left hands. And Atkins doing everything he can here just to do the right thing, and that is keep Tank close, allow no space for strikes to be thrown.
And Atkins' attribute is his right hand. He's trying to utilize that hand to punch back. But Donnie's not in a very good position to punch at.
No, he's not. He needed to stay on his feet and stay away from Tank.
This is where Atkins usually smiles at the crowd.
Well, Abbott seems to be the patient guy here. He's not rushing it. That's experience talking. You know you can't rush things.
He got through the left hand.
Using his weight well to keep Atkins from getting up. And now he's starting to get a right hand in.
Couple of rights by Tank. Atkins trying to fight back, but he can't do much.
Well, Tank wants to push his Atkins' head into the fence so that he can't move. Once he's pinned in there, he'll start to pry himself away, and then he'll come down. Here he's prying now, trying to get a little distance, and then he'll come down with some strikes.
Well, Tank has actually won a bout by just doing what you said, just pushing the head up against the fence.
Well, I don't think we're going to see Atkins tap out from being pushed into the fence, but the position is extremely vulnerable.
I don't know, that head's getting a lot of pressure. There it goes.
There it is, you're right.
There it is.
That was a left arm across the throat, too. I don't know if he was getting choked or if it was his head.
So it's a tap out by Atkins. Victory to Tank Abbott. It was 2:06. It seemed longer. And Abbott showed a great deal of maturity and patience there, Dragon.
He definitely did. You know, he's got a different attitude. We mentioned that before, and he may call me the Dragonfly, but I gotta pat him on the back for that fight.